Another Kershaw? But not just any Kershaw. So recently found out that switchblades are legal where I live. So I got some. This is the Kershaw Iridium switchblade. Auto. Kershaw Auto. This is part of the launch series. This is called Launch Iridium. It's not launch, in a number. Most of the launch knives are like, I think I've recently done a launch 16. I think I did a launch 4 clone and a launch something else clone and a launch something else clone. So multiple clone knives in the launch series of knives, which reminds me I need to find those knives because I want to do a video on all of my switchblades, clones and real things. And so this right here is exactly like an Iridium, except the colors are a little bit different. But other than that, they look to be the same in the knife. This pocket clip is a medium, maybe medium light. It does have recessed screws in the pocket clip. I don't feel it just feels fine. There's no hot spots as far as I'm concerned on the knife. It's tip up only left or right carry. The button is slightly proud, but I'm pressing and it's not opening. Now the button is remaining slightly pressed and it come back up. But again, and it's got kick. If you've got something that someone calls a launch and it don't kick when it opens, I don't think it's a launch. But you do have to push that button in. You have to push it in to get it to open. And so this right here is the Kershaw Auto. It is in Magna Cut 7038 USA. And you always have a USA flag on these Kershaw launch knives. This knife right here has and I have to call this kind of I guess it would be like a satin parkerized kind of finish. And I think you could end up with a lot of scratches on this style of blade, potentially. The blade itself, let's see. Okay, it felt like I might have a burr right in there, but I think I rubbed it off with my finger. Really, maybe the minutest in that area. So mild stropping, I think, would fix that. If I'm just maybe imagining things and there isn't a burr, which is very, very likely. So this knife right here, the spring is not as stout as the Launch 16, but it does have some spring to it. Definitely got some spring to it. And again, like I said, this is going to kick. So let's just open it like this. And so again, it's out there. Definitely got some hit. It feels good again in the hand. The outside is a type of finish that is smooth, I guess I would say, but grippy. It's kind of like, how you'll find some stuff, some aluminum and maybe plastic and other things that have some kind of coating on it that feels kind of rubberized, and so it's kind of a soft, velvety, rubberized kind of finish. Well, this is kind of that style of texture, but it's not soft and rubbery. It's smooth, but grippy. I don't know. You have to grab one and play with it, and you'll know what I'm talking about. It's smooth but grippy. The blade feels good. It's nice. It's a flat grind right here. You've got a small flat on the top backside, and it's a lot of edge geometry going on here, or blade geometry. From this flat, it goes down. It's angled down, and then it's a flat on the rest of the way out. And so everything matches from side to side. And again, this is a pretty thin blade, but it's got that teardrop towards the tip, which I feel like that just helps gives your tip a little more strength. And I like the look of that. I do. Jimping. It's got some jimping here on the back of the blade. It is rounded to either side or tapered to either side. So it's not sharp edged, but it's grippy. The top is not sharp, but it's grippy. And that's the best way that I can describe that. The tip is a very, very pokey tip. Looks like almost a polished blade edge, blade bevel, edge bevel. I think that it wouldn't take a whole lot to actually finish polishing that and make it polished. And I don't know if MagnaCut cuts better polished or not. See, I do know this. I don't know a lot about blade steels. I don't know a lot about knives other than the fact that I like all of them. But there's some blades that do not cut good or hold a good edge if it's polished. And then some hold an edge better and cut better when it's polished. You would think anything would cut better when it's polished, but some types of steels don't. Some steels cut better polished. Some steels cut better with a pattern, I guess, a sharpening pattern, so that you have, I don't know, scratches, scores, however you want to put it. You can tell that it's a rough edge, but it's sharp. So, and this knife right here doesn't have any sharp edges on it anywhere. The lanyard loop back here is an elongated hole, just like the regular Iridium is. And I do have a regular Iridium and a Iridium clone. And I think I may get those two knives out together to compare them to this launch as well, to see what kind of differences we've got. But this knife right here, there's no sharp edges. You've got a little bit of like a finger relief in here. And I think that's pretty much what it is. It's kind of, it would be squared off, but all the edges are rounded. So it's a nice little swoop up in there. Again, there's no finger choil up here. You stick your finger in there, you're going to cut yourself. The blade, I guess it's on bearings. I can't really tell, to be honest with you. It's pretty tight up in there. And again, maybe they don't put switchblades on bearings. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. I know that it's good. There's a little bit of side to side. There's no up and down. There's just a little bit of side to side. And so that makes me think that maybe it is on bearings. I don't know. It is very, I think if there weren't a spring in there, that would just be a drop shut floppy blade. So maybe it is on bearings. It's not, it doesn't take a whole lot to get it to start closing. Again, I would not want to operate it too much one-handed. That's how I would want to close it, because of how you're placing your hands in here and trying to push the button, start it coming down, hold tension off on it while you're closing it, but also releasing the button so that it'll lock back into place. You're dealing with a spring-loaded knife, so you want to be careful about that. You don't want to try to close this knife, in my opinion, one-handed. You can do it just fine, but you're going to need super glue. Period. And I got it. I got my super glue. So you have about a third of the knife back here that has a backspacer. Hey, I called it a backspacer instead of a backstrap. And it transitioned into also the lanyard loop. Looks like you have T6 hardware on the knife. And that's looks like that's about a T8 on the pivot. And so you'll see you've got screw heads on one side, and then it's flats on the other. So this would be a pin going maybe not all the way through, but it's a pin going through, and then the screws tighten up into that to clamp it to the side. Looks like the button serves as the detent, the retention, the lock, the whole 9 yards. Again, it hits. I like this knife. I really do. I think it's a pretty cool knife. I think that if you get a chance to get one, I'd grab it. Definitely, I think it would be worth it. Let's see how it fits the EDC tray that we make. I'm going to pull the Sage 5 out, which that's one of the buttons that we say, oh, you see some up here. I may start selling the buttons. I don't know. I may just keep selling the STL files and leave it at that. I don't know. It depends on you guys if you want me to sell buttons. I have some printed out in case I do decide to do it. 10,000 times. This button's been used 10,000 times to open and close this knife, and it's still on there. So the Iridium, it almost fits in there perfect. It really does. It's pretty snug. It stays in place. This is about the perfect size. This is the medium tray, and I haven't designed any other ones, but if there's a demand for it, I'll make a larger one. And if there's a demand, a smaller one. And if there's a demand, an XL size. I don't know. But anyway, so it fits perfect. It fits great. The tray is good to go for that. Definitely. So this Iridium launch is a cool knife. I like it. It's double thumbs up. Like I said, if you're thinking about getting one, get one. I don't know about in comparison with clones, because I don't have one of these in a clone. I'd like to do a comparison, but I don't have one. So anyway, I enjoy doing this stuff. I enjoy spending time with you. I thank you, and I appreciate you, and I will see you next time. Your time is very important to me, and I thank you for spending it here with me. Thanks, and God bless.